Look at a standard world map, and the Arctic looks like the edge of the world. But look from the top down, and you see something else. A massive shortcut. Technically, the Northern Sea Route cuts the trip from Asia to Europe by 40%.
So why aren't these northern waters flooded with container ships right now?
Because on this map, a shorter line doesn't always mean a cheaper trip.
Global trade relies on just-in-time delivery. A single delay costs billions.
We rely on tight choke points like Suez and Panama. They are crowded and vulnerable.
The Arctic is the only alternative ocean route left on the map. Whoever controls the ice routes sets the shipping rates for the next century. The stakes are high, but we need to separate the hype from the ice. Let's look at the physical facts, confirmed by navigation data.
First, the route is not open year-round. It is highly seasonal.
Second, ice-free does not mean empty water. It means less ice coverage.
Ships must sail slower here than in the open ocean to avoid hard ice.
Third, there are very few deep water ports along the route for repairs. If a ship fails, rescue crews are likely day away, not hours. Some key straits are also too shallow for the world's biggest container ships.
So the route is shorter, but it is currently harsh, slow, and risky.
To understand the economics, we first have to define the specific routes. There are two main highways through the Arctic ice cap. The Northern Sea Route hugs the Russian coast. It is currently the most active. The Northwest Passage winds through Canada and Greenland's complex islands. The Russian route has ports and support. The Western route is far wilder.
But you cannot sail either route with a standard steel hull.
You need an ice-class ship. The hull is reinforced to crush through ice. These ships are heavier, cost more to build, and burn more fuel per mile.
In thicker ice, you also have to pay for an atomic icebreaker escort.
Now let's meet the specific people who decide if this price is worth it. This isn't just about ice. It's a poker game between four key players. First, the shipping firms. Their priority isn't just speed, it is reliability. A faster route is useless to them if the arrival date is unpredictable. Second, the insurers. They are the quiet gatekeepers of the Arctic. If they refuse coverage or hike premiums, the route is dead economically. Third, Russia. They control the Northern Sea Route and the icebreaker fleet. They view this water as a sovereign economic zone to be monetized. Fourth, Greenland and Denmark. They hold the keys to the western exit. They balance the desire for local jobs against environmental safety. So how do they decide? It comes down to three specific economic levers. Lever 1 is the cost balance. Fuel savings must outweigh the high insurance fees. Don't forget the transit tolls. Russia charges heavy fees for icebreaker support. Lever 2 is reliability. Saving 4 days means nothing if you get stuck for 5. Modern factories need parts on Tuesday, not maybe Tuesday, maybe Friday.
Lever 3 is stability. Can you guarantee the route remains open politically?
If political tension rises, insurers pull their coverage instantly. This is the equation. Distance is a constant, but risk is a volatile variable. When we solve this equation, who actually makes money? Let's split the winners by timeline, today versus 10 years from now. Short term, the winner is bulk energy. Gas and oil don't mind being late. The loser is container shipping. It is too fragile for the current ice risk. Midterm, Russia wins on fees, and shipyards win building the new ice fleet. Long-term, Greenland could win big, but only if they build the massive ports. Let's map the first future. Scenario A, the niche lane outcome. Here, the ice melts, but port construction moves slower than the climate. Insurers refuse to lower rates for standard container ships.
The route becomes a superhighway for gas and oil, but nothing else.
Your sneakers and electronics keep sailing safely through the Suez Canal. Because for Amazon or Walmart, consistency is cheaper than speed.
Russia dominates the lane, but it remains a regional energy corridor.
Global trade patterns don't break. They just fray slightly at the edges.
This is the baseline prediction. But what if politics gets in the way?
Now consider scenario B, the geopolitical choke. Here, rising tensions make the ice route politically toxic.
Russia could spike transit fees or simply deny passage permits.
Western insurers retreat immediately. The risk becomes unpriceable.
The route stops being global. It becomes a China-Russia domestic lane.
Western ships are forced back to the long way around via Suez.
The shortcut exists physically, but it disappears economically.
This proves a key rule. Geography offers options. Politics vetoes them.
But there is a third path. What if the infrastructure actually works? Finally, scenario C, the transshipment hub breakthrough.
Here, billions of dollars pour into Greenland and Iceland ports.
They build a hub and spoke system. Big ice ships stop here. Cargo is unloaded in the north, then shuttled south on standard boats. This creates a buffer. It solves the reliability problem.
Greenland transforms from a transit zone into a logistics empire.
The catch is capital. Who pays the $10 billion bill?
Is it the US, the EU, or does China invest to gain a foothold?
This changes the map the most, but it takes the longest to build.
We have the maps and the scenarios, but we have two massive blind spots.
First, the ice itself. Models predict the long trend, not the daily chaos. Second, the rule book. Will global regulators ban heavy fuel in the Arctic? To see where this goes next, ignore the speeches and watch these three signals.
Signal 1, the order book. Are major lines actually buying ice-class ships? Signal 2, concrete pouring. Watch for port construction contracts in Nuuk or Nome. Signal 3, escort fleets. Are navies building icebreakers to patrol the lane? If these numbers stay flat, the route remains a mirage.
Real change requires steel, not just melting ice.
The Arctic map is changing, but geography is only the invitation.
Economics is the gatekeeper. Until the ports are built, the shortcut is theoretical. So don't just watch the ice melt. Watch where the concrete is poured.
What is the harder barrier to break? The ice or the insurance? Comment below.
This is US incentive map. I'll see you in the next analysis.